Pakistan's Supreme Court says it will charge the Prime Minister, Yousuf Raza Gilani, with contempt of court. That charge relates to Gilani's refusal to reopen a corruption case against the President, Asif Ali Zardari. Now, Gilani is due to appear before the court again on February the 13th. Imtiaz Tyab is in Islamabad. Tell us a little bit more about this contempt charge, Imtiaz.
Yeah, well, more bad news for this increasingly embattled Prime Minister, this increasingly embattled government. Now, these contempt charges, as we know, the Prime Minister has been told that he needs to appear in front of the Supreme Court on the 13th of this month, where he will be indicted on contempt charges. These charges really surround around a case involving the President, Asif Ali Zardari, and it really stems from a 2008 ruling by the Supreme Court. That's something called the National Reconciliation Ordinance, an ordinance implemented in 2007 by the then leader Pervez Musharraf was unconstitutional. Now, the reason the Supreme Court declared the NRO unconstitutional is because it gave amnesty to hundreds, if not thousands, of people to come back into Pakistan, mainly politicians, so that they could contest elections in 2008. It was thrown out by the courts, and since then the courts have been pursuing Mr. Gilani to open a very specific case against Mr. Zardari, a case involving allegations of kickbacks and money laundering in Switzerland. That is truly the heart of this case. But again, what we're really seeing here is the Gilani government increasingly battled as this row really with the Supreme Court intensifies.
Imtiaz, it's an intriguing situation involving elements of government, of the judicial system, and yet you have to wonder why Mr. Gilani, if the Supreme Court has declared that that was unconstitutional, why would Mr. Gilani then contradict the legal ruling of his own Supreme Court? Is this going to boil down to another damaging battle at the top of Pakistan's institutions?
I think that's absolutely what we're looking at, is a very fierce battle between an increasingly bold Supreme Court and, as we've been saying, an increasingly embattled government. And it really is likely all going to come to a head on the 13th. Now, what's going to happen, that's a bit hard to predict. But as you've been saying, this really is a very dramatic fight, if you will, between this current government, this current leadership, and the Supreme Court. But again, how it's all going to play out, well, that's a lot harder to answer.
Imtiaz Tyab in Islamabad. Thanks, Imtiaz.